Good morning. Okay, when I wake up, this is what I actually do, and I am actually doing this video for the sake of, if you saw the last video I posted about a good night. So this is what it says. I can read it out loud. It says, "Good morning, this is God. I will be handling all your problems. Today, I will not need your help. So have a great day." What a wonderful words.
Hey, there are a number of exercises that I do after reading that. Actually, before reading that, I will share with you as time goes by. Just keep following me, like what we're doing, comment what you think about whatever it is, and if anything gets into your heart and inspires you, don't forget to leave a comment and all that. So, you see, this is actually very wonderful words. Now, I remember that this time I was actually shopping for t-shirts. I remember some of the t-shirts I've actually appeared in the videos and previous videos with, number of t-shirts from this shopping online site. I think mentioning that it will be like a business thing, right? And I should it when I was speaking about giving to God and go to sleep. But yeah, if you didn't know, listen to the video, actually go back and see it, the video that I made last night before going to sleep. But I was actually trying to show you what I read as I work out. So I make that as a voice of God talking to me and telling me, you know what, I'm gonna take care of you and I don't want your help. There is a saying, and that will be so relevant to my African brothers and sisters, that I don't know if it's also in Western countries. Maybe it is, but because I've spent most of my time in Africa, that actually makes sense. And it actually says that you should help yourself and God will help you. So in my language it says, it literally means help yourself so that God can help you. And I really definitely and 100% find this statement so evil, because the point that is trying to make is you are supposed to show God how to help you. You are supposed to help God for your own well-being, and this is actually pulling God's legs toward you and telling me, you know what, hold on a little bit, I'm just gonna help me, and I just want you to help me. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if you want God to intervene in your life, you should let it all to Him. You see, Matthew 11:28 says about bringing all your worry and all that you've actually been heavy laden, and Jesus will give you rest. But actually, I was paraphrasing. It means that everything that is hard for you, you should take it to Him through prayers. And we've learned about prayers, right? We've actually learned that a prayer is a conversation. What I'm trying to say is that when you pray to God and trying to give Him your day in control, for Him to be in control of your day, you're actually trying to tell Him that, you know what, I can do even my own work at workplace. I cannot do that. I cannot even say a word. I cannot even utter a word without you. But you see, we live in a very digital world, and when somebody's up, the first thing he or she will think is to run to the phone and see who have texted you and all that, to see who has texted him or her. And this is so absurd thinking about it, right? And there was a time that I was preaching and I was sharing, telling people that, do you mind even checking if you're breathing? Even if you can utter a word, because you might work out and you're not able to speak. Just test if you can. Why don't you even say thank you, God, before doing all that? But the first thing what you do is to rush to your electronic and see who have emailed you, who have texted you. It's a good thing, but why don't you make first thing first? Make it right with God. So I love what Martin Luther once said, that when I have a lot to do in a day, I spend a lot of time in a prayer. And I challenge you, why don't you spend some more time in prayer before getting started with all that you want to do in a day? I know that you have a busy work, you really need to get there early, and you slept late and all that, but what about working up early so that you can have time with God? So I was actually imagining and even asking myself, if God needs 10% of my earning, actually he doesn't, because whatever, if you take a tithe and offering in church, it doesn't mean that you're paying God's rent. God doesn't need your money. Actually, you're actually doing your responsibility. A Christianity responsibility is the tithe and offering not only supports the ministers who ministers to us, it also supports the ministry, the homeless, and everyone who's around. Actually, this is the truth. As I was the time that I was serving as a pastor, I never received a salary, and I didn't even want a church to bother giving me anything. I was there, and I'm not trying to say that all the pastors should be that way. I wanted to do it my own way. I didn't want a salary, and I was okay by doing that because I was also testing my call. I wanted to see if actually I had an angle on God. I wanted to see if He would be the providing God without having me depend on something that would be decided by a human being. So actually it's my own experience, and I want to talk about it because sometimes it might sound a little bit against the ministers, but the point I'm trying to make here is sometimes when you wake up, try to think about God for sometimes. Take a time to listen to Him and tell Him that you would love Him, His will to be a priority in your day. Tell Him how you want your day to be, but also allow His will to be done more than what you want it to be. If you want to meet somebody and you have a business deal to strike, tell Him that what you want it to look like, and also give Him an opportunity and a chance to influence things His own way. Because you see, you might want that business deal so badly, but it might not be according to His will. And it might not be according to His will because whenever He sees that business deal, it's going to give you a benefit of $2,000, but He has in store $100 business deal. And the only thing that you have to do is to be patient and trust Him. I have seen that happen in other people. I have witnessed that happening to me. But you see what? In order for it to happen to you, you have to be patient and you have to be willing to let His will be done. So what about going and revisiting what we just said there and having a great day, Muslim call, giving God all and not even attempting to help Him because He is amazing God. God bless you. Have a good day. Good morning.